Hi, and welcome to 2 Minute Topics. Today's topic is inventory planning within supply chain, and specifically how time phasing, data integrity, and dependent versus independent demand influence how much inventory you carry and whether it's available when you need it. So, let's get this Casey Splain train rolling with your 2-ish minutes starting now. As we all know, planning is an essential part of supply chain. And while we do have technology that handles a lot of the heavy lifting for us, understanding the concepts underneath that technology is what allows you to know what the data is telling you. At the heart of it all is just a simple reality. Inventory management and planning is knowing what you need, how much you need, and when you actually need it. Simple enough, right? And then we just look to our crystal ball, right? Well, the concept of planning is what separates reactive inventory management from proactive planning, which directly shapes how much inventory you end up carrying within your network. So let's break down 3 foundational concepts and how each one impacts your inventory levels. So number 1, time phasing. Time phasing adds the dimension of time to your inventory by placing your requirements into specific periods rather than looking at inventory as one total quantity. Using your on-hand inventory, your scheduled receipts, your requirements, and your lead times, time phasing actually shows when an order needs to be released to cover demand and when inventory will become unavailable. The reason that this is important is that a total quantity can actually look adequate while the timing within that total is out of phase. Obviously, if inventory arrives too late, you experience a shortage, and then if it arrives too early, you end up carrying more inventory, which increases cost. Number 2, dependent versus independent demand. Independent demand originates from the customer or the market, so it has to be forecasted since it falls outside of your control. Dependent demand is calculated from another item's production requirements using the production schedule and bill of material. So rather than forecasting it, you actually derive it from what you already plan to build. Now, some inventory items can carry both types of demand at the same time. And the reason that this matters is that treating dependent demand as if it were independent introduces variability that you really don't need within your system. And that can also lead to inaccurate requirements and inventory that you don't need to be carrying. And number 3, data integrity. The planning system depends on the accuracy of its inputs, which includes your inventory records, bills of material, lead times, open orders, item information, and production schedules. Now, even when the system performs the calculation correctly, inaccurate inputs will still produce an inaccurate and unusable inventory plan. In other words, garbage in, garbage out. And that obviously can create false shortages, unnecessary replenishment, and excess inventory. It's important to note, though, too, that when reactive ordering and manual expediting respond to those distorted signals, that inaccuracy can actually amplify demand upstream and contribute to the bullwhip effect. Keep in mind, though, that inventory planning is a continuous process as inventory levels, incoming orders, lead times, production requirements, and customer demand change over time. Along with that, plans should be reviewed and refined as new information becomes available and as demand requirements change. It's also important to note that inventory information and replenishment signals move both internally and upstream through the supply chain. When timing is correct, demand is classified improperly, or the supporting data is inaccurate, those signals can become amplified and contribute to the bullwhip effect. While technology can make inventory planning faster and more accurate, that success is actually contingent upon the quality of the information supplied and how that information is flowing across your supply chain. Stay tuned for the next episode where I'll continue breaking down these supply chain fundamentals with new concepts and practical insights.